Good afternoon, grade 10s once more, because we're still dealing with the basics of nautical science. We're starting it afresh. So today, as I had already said, we are looking at the direction of the ship. We are looking at its position. And I told you that all those will be found on the grid of the Earth, the location of the vessel will have its own coordinates. That is the degrees where it is, or the bearings. You'll get it from the coordinates. So today we are talking about the lines of position. What does this mean? This means, where is this vessel right now? We see only water. We are in the high seas. We don't want to get lost, so we must find ourselves. But this can be plotted in the chart first. Now, to see the position of the ship, you can plot it on the chart. How do you do it? The line of position, or where the ship is, you must have an object first, an object of reference. This object of reference must have known coordinates. It must have known bearings. So, which means that we must know whether it's in the north of the equator, or south of the equator, or east of the Greenwich meridian, or west of the Greenwich meridian. So those are the coordinates. Coordinates is latitudes and longitudes, and they are measured in degrees, minutes, and seconds. Now, how do we find this line of position? How do we go about getting it? You need to draw it on your chart. Now, I have told you I don't want to do or to go on with the chart work. Reasons being that it involves a lot of calculations and measuring distances and all that. Now, I'm not good in mathematics, really, so I don't want to take a sphere where I'm not going to excel and confuse you. That is why I referred you to your maths teacher, because he will be very good in algebra, the angles and circles. He will be good in geometry. So this will involve a little bit of geometry and algebra. So somebody who is good in that will be able to take you through these angles we are talking about. So the coordinate is nothing else except about longitudes and angles where the ship is. So before you can draw the line of position where the ship is, you need to have an object. As I have already said, an object with the coordinates that are already known. So you have to draw that line from that object to where the ship is supposed to be. So which means that that line, anywhere along that line, you will find the position of the vessel. And then that line, we call it the line of position. It is usually given in the form of an acronym. In the form of an acronym, like an acronym, we mean like line, you don't write line, you write L-O-P. L-O-P. That is a representative or a representation of the line of position. So you'll always have an LOP. Whenever you see LOP, you must know that that is the line of position where the ship is. How do I get the line of position? You measure it from the object. Like for instance, you are coming to Cape Town. You don't know where you are from Tokyo, so you'll have to go to your chart and look for an object with coordinates that are already known, and that coordinate, those coordinates, maybe you choose Robben Island, for instance. Then you draw a line from Robben Islands to where the ship is supposed to be. So you call that line the line of position. So navigators measure. I've told you this, there's a lot of measurement. So they measure distances as well. Distances to where? To identified objects. A distance from that object will have to be measured. Then now you know how far are you. How far are you from the identified object on the chart? You're doing this on the chart. The chart work, I said I am reluctant to do it with you because of a shortage of skill in mathematics. So I don't want you to go wrong. But since I am working with your teachers in your school, you are a mathematics student, and also your mathematics teacher will assist the Maritime Studies students. All those who are doing nautical science will be assisted by the math teacher in this area of work. One other thing, I also have a challenge myself. I don't have a chart in front of me right now. I don't know how to show you how to do this thing, even if I would do what I know about them. So your school, as I said in my previous tutorial, that your school should buy these charts and also the symbols. Order the symbols and also the tables to know the tides. How is the tide in Durban and all those kind of things at what time. So those are the kind of things, equipment you need to buy that will assist you in doing this work. Don't forget to remember, whenever you are doing your charting, don't forget to remember the symbols I told you yesterday. Now on the charts, when you're doing your charts, whenever you are measuring, the distance will always produce the arcs sometimes, and the circles, they will be there. You'll see them, the arcs and the circles, wherever you are doing this kind of work there. It's not like lines only where you can get the position of the vessel. You can also get it, a source could be in those circles. You come out with the circles and then you come out with the line of position. Now, other examples of sources of lines of position. You don't depend on that line you draw only. You can have other examples. The compass bearing, for instance. A compass bearing can give you a line of position to a charted object. And also the radar ranges, or radar range, let's put it that way. The radar range can assist you to get the line of position to a charted object. Once more, remember, what is a radar in the first place? What is a radar? A radar is an electronic navigation instrument. It is an electronic navigation instrument. It detects other ships, for instance, at sea. They will use a radar to see that, oh, there's another ship within our radius. The radar is going to assist them. Even the man-made structures and also natural objects, the radar quickly picks them up. That's why we say it is an electronic navigation instrument, that is a radar. So from the same radar, you can also be able to come out with a line of position of the vessel. And also terrestrial range, those are land objects. You can benchmark your shape by that kind of measuring. And also the echo sounder is one of the sources of lines of positions. The depth of water. We're talking about the depth of water. So to get the depth of water, as I have already said, we use the echo sounder, so you can get a line of position. And then also celestial observations, they can assist with coming up with the with the position of the vessel. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching this video. Please stay tuned for part 2.